Am I live? I think I'm live. Hello, hello. Can you guys see me? Can you hear me? I see Steve says, "What's up, ladies?" in that. I think I should grab this. Just a sec. I'm hanging with the ladies and maybe even a root. Let's see. All right. Oops, sorry, guys. Hang on one sec. Make everyone dizzy again. Oop. All right. My super fancy latch system. So I'm in here. This is a temporary little area I built here. This is where I'm keeping my baby Orpington buffs. And so we got 3 of these. This one, I believe, is hopefully going to be a female. Hey, Renegade, good to see you. So I know I got CDB, we got Renegade, and Steven here. Good morning. Hey, Dad, good to see you. All right. Wish they didn't change that on the chat. So let me show you the one I think is a male. Oh, let me grab this one again to show you why. So this one hasn't gotten a comb yet, or the waddle. But look at this one over here. Come on, you. Come here, you. This one's pretty aggressive too. Check out this one and look at the difference. So, oops, there we go. Pretty big comb and starting to get that waddle already. This one's a larger size, so. All right. I'm going to flip the camera around. There we go. All right. There. So I am on my phone again. I'm out here. I am going to, outside, I am going to start doing my regular lives inside again as soon as I can. But for now, you got the phone again, so it's kind of hard for me to read comments. But I do appreciate everyone that's here. And to this morning is the 4th of May. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of a urban homestead tour like I kind of have been on Sundays. It's a little bit of an overcast day today, kind of rainy. Look how sweet these ones are. This is why I like the Orpington buffs. We'll go see the other little ones too. I hope you're all doing all right today. Like I said, it's a little overcast here. It's been raining or drizzling a little bit today. It's still warm. I've had a wild health day today, so won't be too long on stream probably. But these guys are in here. They are, let's see, how old are they now? About 8 weeks. And so they're fully feathered, which means they can be outside. The temperatures aren't going to bother them too much. They are kept out of the weather, so they're not going to get wet, chilled, and rained on, and the wind's not really going to get them in here. And then predators can't get them in here. So they are definitely good to go outside. However, they are still pretty small. And so I don't want to put them with the rest of the flock yet, especially because I do have some aggressive, other aggressive breeds there. So we'll head out there. But they're in here where they can see each other, and that's pretty important. That'll help with integrating them into the flock. All right, bye, little ones. You want some of those ladies? Yes. I do like the chickens. I never thought I'd be a bird person. But I love the chickens and the quail. We'll head to the quail shack next because that's where I have the baby silkies. There we go. I'm gonna wrap up my super fancy locking system here. So I know in Verna's stream yesterday, she was talking about reuse and stuff a little bit, and that just really got me thinking, especially with everything in the world going on right now. I think reusing things is important, and will be more so. Fixing things, reusing things, not being such a one-time use or throwaway society, right? It's kind of important. So I was thinking about that, and we do a lot of that here. And like this is the trampoline tarp that I need to reattach, but using that for shade and different parts of builds that I have up for different things. So a lot of reuse, but got me thinking a lot. And that's something we can all think about right now a little bit, is how you can reuse stuff and fix things instead of just replacing all the time. There we go. So this is the main flock, and those are the aggressive breeds. I have decided I'm just going to put all the birds together, all the Orpington buffs and everything, and then when I do decide to collect eggs to hatch, I'll separate them out. I don't know if that's the best, but that's where I'm at right now. You can see how they're waddling comb. It's real bright and it's flopping over. So she is laying eggs. And that one, it looks like on the top she has a little bit of brown. I don't know if you can see it. But she probably got in a fight. May the 4th be with you. Let's go over here. This is where they like to take their dirt baths, in this area. Thank you, ladies. All right, cool. So it is hanging with the ladies today, but I'm also going to do garden tour and show you what's going on, because now is the time of the year here in New Mexico where everything is really starting to pop off. Most all the plants are out of the greenhouse, and as you can see, things are going. So this here is our Concord grapes. I didn't get loofahs going this year, so there is going to be no loofahs this year. That will be a next year thing. They take a long time to go. But the grapes, so I'm going to let them grow up over here this year into the archway. We were debating what we were going to do here. This is where last year we had the loofah plants and all those things planted that grew up. And as you can see, there's still the dry one up there. So I'm not going to do that this year. But some things that are really good for the chickens, we're going to plant around it. And so I think we're going to get another rosemary in here, and probably another yarrow and some other things like that. So we have herbs and plants all over. I like the redundancy and putting things all over. This year also on the garden, we decided to much more heavily focus on what we can preserve, what we're really going to use. We cut down variety a little bit and went heavier on certain items. You'll see that. But this is the Jerusalem artichokes. This was covered in cardboard, dug up by the chickens, neglected completely. This stuff survives. It grows like a weed and provides you food. So talking a little bit about, being a little more self-sufficient or have a little bit of things on hand, the Jerusalem artichokes or the sunchokes are definitely a good way to go that way. Over here, we got some rock cherries going this year. These aren't good for dogs, so they're in the back. Is it called rock cherries? Something like that. Ground cherries. I don't know. They're ground cherries. So those are back here, and they're not good for dogs, so they're back here. All right, now we have lots of tomatoes this year. Right here, I got a long red cherry tomato. So that will grow on the end here. I'm going to trim off most all the leaves and allow that to go up top. What's right below it, and then there'll be either carrots or basil down here, but is Roma tomatoes. So we got 4 Romas. The Roma tomatoes are really good at preserving, canning, and doing that. So we went really heavy on Roma this year. So we got 4 nice Romas. The rest of this we haven't done yet. So still got to get to that. The one over there taking her bath. Mingle as long as the rooster can get along. Oh, okay. Steve says, it's fine. I'll probably let them get just a little bit bigger because they're going to redo their pecking order before I put them together. But we'll head around this way. One thing I do want to point out, if anyone on here is watching now or later and you're doing builds and things, one thing I found extremely useful is putting little boxes and things like this around where you can store things and keep food or whatever you may use in the general area immediately. So kind of some little mini sheds wherever you are around. That has come in very useful. All right. Hey there, buddy. There's the supervisor. A lot of tomato sauce in the future. Yep. Hey, Bob, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. So this is covered because it's kind of rainy today and has been this weekend. That's where the new birds are, back behind there. So that's why that's covered. Ooh, I gotta fix this. Look. Over here is going to be kind of cayenne corner. So we got 3 long red cayenne plants here. This gets a lot of afternoon sun, so I'm hoping this spot will do well. The elderberries and things that like shade and water did not do well here. So hopefully they'll do well. Also got a peppermint back there that helps with rodents and pests and things. So once again with the cayenne peppers, this spot gets a ton of sun as well. And it dries out a little faster. So things like chamomile didn't do good here last year. So we got some of my own cayenne peppers. These are ones that came from Papa Pepper. They're all along here, 4 of those. And then 2 banana peppers. All right, cool. Coming around to the chickens. There's my quail shack. So the solar system on here has worked out great, even on these cloudy days. You can hear the fan on right now. I probably don't need that, but no problems with the power there. We did lose a chicken. I don't know if I think I said that last time, but we did lose Nikki. I'm not sure why, but we did. So we got 2 and then the 4 babies. This one's taking a dirt bath too. Tried a couple times to what did I do? How do I make that go away? Uh-oh. What did I do? I don't know what I did. Tried a couple times to start veggies, expected freezing again this week. Yeah, so New Mexico, that's kind of the problem is you'll have the freezes and then it'll jump to real hot. This year, with having everything in between the house and the greenhouse, it was a huge pain in the butt moving them back and forth every night and day pretty much. But they got us ahead. I think where I'm at, we're out of freeze. You might have another. Hopefully that was the last one, but yeah. Oh, my screen died. Why did that do that? My phone's being kind of strange. Hopefully I'm still 5x5. Why is that so small? I'm not sure. Okay, well, I'm just going to talk. And hopefully you can see me and hear me. All right, cool. Thanks, Steve. All right, so then the new chicks are in here. And let's see, we got the gate closed. That is, again, this is the thing I'm very slowly building for the silkies. My screen went off again. Is it going black for you guys? Or when my screen goes off, is it still going? I don't know why my screen keeps turning off. Okay. I can't read the comments either. All right, well, I'm just going to keep talking, and hopefully you guys can see and hear me. I don't know. I can't see anything. Nope. When you're turning off, you're good. Freeze when I adjust. Okay, well, I'm just going to talk then. All right, cool. So we're in here. Yeah, it's going to turn off again. We're in here in the quail shack. These are the new silkies. It's gonna drive me bonkers. So these guys actually hadn't been introduced. They've seen each other through the bars, but they haven't been right up with each other yet. That one looks kind of hard. You look a little rough. You're saying, okay, my wife came out to tell me it's working. I'm sorry, everyone. I don't know why I have some technical issues, but. Yep. Okay. I don't know why my phone's being weird. Look at this one. Look how pretty this one is. Look at how pretty this one is. Look, they're getting along, babe. You wanna come out? This one back here is Nikki too.
The one with the white is Frosty.
Which one? This one?
No.
Oh, that one.
She's frosted too.
That one's Frosty. Okay. Come on out here, you guys. So I can see you. Let's see. We'll open this up more.
So it's one that says Mickey too or not Mickey?
Yeah. Or not Nikki. Well, it could be not Nikki, I guess. There we go. We got an airplane flying overhead, and the dogs are losing it. You hear that airplane? Ooh, that's loud. Hey, Verna. Good to see you. We're hanging out with the new little silkies right now. The only one I have a name for, that I have a name for, is that one. That's the new Nikki, or the not Nikki. And what is this one? Frosty?
The white
Hey.
on her feet and top is frosty. She is frosted.
This one?
Yeah, she is frosted.
Look. Oh, yeah, kind of. So we have 6 silkies now. That frizzle one looks rough.
I know. Sizzle.
Sizzle.
Yes, she looks more like Sizzle right
Yeah. Well, quails are doing good. They've been in here with the quails. That one's trying to squish through. Go back in there, you. This one keeps escaping, crawling under the food dish. These are the autumn ambers, though. These are the ones I think I'm going to continue. They're the ones I decided I like the most. Then you gotta collect all your eggs. Clean out. Put their tray back in there. Task for the day. They're getting along really well. Look at that.
piece of, I don't know, that brown paper, and they were like dragging around chasing it.
Oh. These ones I can't yet. So I think I have the one roux with the buffs, but these I'm not sure. I was told I can look at their wings. Let's see. Oh, what'd you get? A little feather? A little flower?
I think they made it frosty, is it?
Jim thinks this one might be a roux.
It kind of looks like a printer ran out of like had ink from it.
Hey, Willie, good to see you.
Then it gets lighter, frosted, and it gets lighter.
Yeah, with the birds, it looked like the printer ran out of ink. We had this one, and then this one, and then that one. Yeah, they're a ton of fun.
Yeah, it does look like she has white socks on or something.
Yeah,
Toner is dying.
the toner's going. So they came out here into the quail shack, what was it, last week, I believe? They've been out in here for almost a week, probably. And it's been rainy and kind of bad weather, so they've just been living in here with the light on and doing their thing. And the silkies have been, the bigger ones have been back here. They're a mess. So now is kind of the first time they're out running around with each other. Getting along really well. Hey, who else do we got? Someone in here. Hey, it's Tommy. Good to see you. See that? You want to keep an eye on them for a sec if I do go walk around? Or you want to keep an eye on them for a sec? Otherwise, I'll go. I'll put them back.
You might want to fix this so just try to
Yeah,
push it.
there's a lot of things I need to fix.
Trying to get them chimpkins.
Well, maybe I'll put them back in here for a sec. You gonna watch them? Okay.
He's just trying to get to you, though.
Yeah. All right, so let's go around and we'll continue some garden stuff, and then we'll come back and hang out with the little ladies again in a minute.
Farmer Casey's off and on digging his hole over there.
Yeah, Farmer Casey's digging his hole. What do you call those holes they dug in Vietnam? I'm tripping in all the time. Well, not, Anyway, so over here I got potatoes, and I actually put 2 of the long red cherries here too. So same thing, we'll clip foliage all the way down and then grow those up along this gate here. Try and utilize more space. I did want to continue this bed out into, more raised bed along this wall. So we are on a reuse and reuse summer this summer, so probably not getting any building materials. So that may happen, but if so, I got to figure that out, and that'll probably be for fall plants. But we have a lot going on anyways. Over here, ton of peppermint. Look at all this peppermint. And these green onions. We got a little bit of, this is some volunteer lettuce. I'm not sure. Hey, there's Farmer Casey. Okay. Here's a couple of my habaneros. I did decide not to do ghost peppers and the apocalypse ones this year. I still have dried ones, but those were pretty hot. And then this half here, I'm doing chamomile. So chamomile is little tiny seeds you just spread out on the top, and they should pop up. Solo's eating the clover. There's our peach tree. Yarrow's popping up again. This one here is 2. So the bigger plant that you see, the majority of this one is yellow yarrow, and then you'll see a little bit different one. They've been trimmed back, but coming in here, and that's some purple yarrow. It kind of grows through there. Casey's making mud pies. Let's see. Hey, Farmer Casey. Oh, I guess he's Chef Casey today. And you're making mud pies. All right, fun stuff. Ooh, we'll get back over there. Okay, there's stuff. Here we got some sweet mint going. Trash from the wind. Here is my toothache plant. And so you can see them all popping up. Little plant there. If anyone's planting these seeds, or you just spread them out and they kind of go, they're all coming back. All right. The spinach has started to bolt over here, so it's about done, I think. The peas are still doing good, though. Look at that. Organic gardening is great. All right. It was delicious too. It was really good. Look, there's a bunch though. You can come collect them. Peas we haven't had success with here, but this year we got a few. So spinach will come out. The squash plant will fill in most of this spot here, and the cucumber, dragon egg cucumber, that doesn't look very good. Hopefully they'll go. All right, so this is starting to bolt a little bit too. Some of the lettuces are. I found out, I think it's romaine I can do more year round. We'll see. So again, do get a little bit of frost damage and sun, just with the new plants being out. They're doing all right though. And then Jen topped them, so that's why they're splitting like that. You cut the top off on pepper plants, and they'll split and grow a lot more. And I've been pulling off all the little pods so that, oops, where did my screen did? What'd that do? There we go. And we got a few more people in here, about 9 now. Again, I can't really read the comments. I catch one every now and then. My phone's been kind of funky, so getting to talk. All right, jalapenos. We got 1, 2, and 3 giant jalapenos, and then 1 and 2 of the, what's the other jalapeno? I know, but they can't see. These jeans are, no. Those are another jalapeno. And then these are radishes all in here that you see. These are going to come out too. They won't be going for very long. And so then the jalapenos will take over this box. And back here we got pulled beans. Those will go all up this back structure. And then Jen, Spicy Mom here, is going to fill in the front here, I think, with some other lettuces or something. Haven't gotten that going yet, but all through here is bush beans. So you're gonna see red spinach. Those are volunteer. They're kind of all over, and lettuces. We'll just let them go until we pull them. But all through here is bush beans. More pull beans along the back. Looks like our blackberry plant is doing good again this year. So we got a lot of flowers all on the blackberries. The blueberries are coming back, but they're not doing much, but that's kind of exciting. A lot of peppermint in there. Casey's got a mud pie. We'll have to go check out what he's got. This is our calendula. And then asparagus. A bunch of asparagus. We kept pulling it to eat it, and then now we're letting it push out again. Let's see what we got. Oh, yep, that's a wonderful mud pie. I see you got gloves on there. Well, we want to be safe. And that's not cool, buddy. It is gone. All right. So this over here is one of our big tomatoes. This is the Casavosco Genovese. So, okay, hopefully I'm back. So these are, I've got to figure out why it's doing that. The next string. These are some really big beefsteak tomatoes. So that's there. We had a lot of extra tomatoes, so they kind of just went all over. But yeah, mammoth sunflowers all through in here, and they will those will get pretty big. And then celeriac. There we go. I can see again. Celerac's growing in. That's a root vegetable. This is kind of just a bunch of mint and a rosemary that's not doing so good. Hopefully it'll come back. It's kind of going. I am going to buy another rosemary this year. This corner struggles a little bit. These are my goji berries. And they're not doing a lot either, so we'll have to see what's going on there. Okay, coming around. We'll get back there in a minute. Coming around to this box on this side.
Not Nikki is just like Nikki.
No, Nikki is just like Nikki, a little tank.
She went and started catching the bigger chicken.
She's bullying the bigger ones.
And then the bigger one like kept her back. Like they stared at each other for a good like 30 seconds.
Yep, well, that would be like the Nikki. Hey, Joseph, good to see you.
She got her back.
Yeah. Welcome to my little urban garden tour. All right, so these are our strawberries, and they're spreading around. Look, there's one right there. Strawberries. There's a bunch. There's some over here too. So those are growing all throughout here and kind of spreading. On this structure here, we decided to go with pinto beans this year. So they are coming out. Let's see. They're popping up all over. And I did address my pill bug problem, so hopefully they won't kill all these little starts now. Those are pinto beans. Over here, I got 2 giant bells. And then over here, we got 3 California Wonder Bells. So these last year, I really tried to look at how they bushed out and all, and so I knew how far to put them, and I think this should be just fine. Here's one of our lavenders, and this is going great. No flowers yet, but it looks good. So this box here is cherry tomatoes. These are Chadwick cherries. And so we got 3 of these, and I have a video I'm going to put out hopefully today that me and my wife recorded of planting our tomatoes. This kind of video I always do, and how we do that. So these plants, they actually, both of these here, they're planted here. Turn my screen back on. They're planted here, and then they go this way and that way. And so they can get a whole lot more ground area to absorb through the roots on the stem. You'll have to watch that video. Chadwick. Here we got another Roma here on the end. They're all over the place. Something will go here, not yet. This is a candy corn pumpkin. So that's going to grow up here and across. And have that there. My lemongrass did not come back, and I did not grow it yet. So luckily that's something that does grow fast, and I am going to get going today or tomorrow because I need that. Here we got another couple Romas amongst this bed of arugula and spinach and other lettuces that are still doing pretty good. We're still eating off that. And those 2 Romas. Casey's muscadine grape. Look at these Egyptian walking onions. So these are doing great. They're starting to get their onion bulbs on top, or their little scapes, I guess those are, and then they'll open up and the bulbs will grow from there, and we eat those little bulbs just kind of like pearl onions. You can also dig it up though and eat the bulbs underneath if you want, or like green onion. So these I neglect. This is another plant. So I mentioned the sunchokes is a plant I neglect, and it does well and provides good food. Where I make the flowers into powder, my wife says. But this would be another plant that you can neglect, and it will provide a good amount of food, and it does its own thing pretty much. And so the Egyptian walking onions. Right over here, we got some other of our big tomatoes. These are Abe Lincolns actually. So we got 3 Abe Lincoln tomatoes. So these are going to be other big beefsteak type tomatoes. These are ones we can use for crushed tomatoes pretty well as well. This is bolted, but I just have let it go. That's our kale. It's about done. Over here's another dragon egg cucumber. So most of our cucumbers will go in the back area. I haven't planted, but we still haven't gotten those. Gotta get on that. These are my daddle peppers that I love so much, and they did really well here last year. Ooh, this is cool. Look. So I have them here again. These bugs you may want to kill, but do not. Does anyone know what that is? I'll tell you. That is a cool bug right there. That's one we want in the yard. Hopefully it's focused. Does anyone know what that is? So it's orange and black. It looks creepy. I'll give it a minute. That is what I want to see, though. Yes, it is. That's what you want in your garden. You start seeing that, like that. Good news. I'll tell everyone what it is in a minute, but let's see if anyone knows. All right, so here, this is another area that didn't grow very well, but we'll see. So we're going to do vertical on our zucchinis. So I got 2 fond hook zucchinis here. So those will grow up. This is another one we just kind of enjoy for ourselves. They don't preserve real well, so we're not doing a ton of. And then these were 2 crookneck squash. One of them has died. So I haven't, well, I don't know, maybe. But this is where I'm going to talk about redundancy in a moment and show you some extras. There we go. And then this still needs to be planted. So that's about it for this garden. Then we have other things around. I have like lamb's ear, more yarrow over there, and hibiscus, and other things. So I won't show everything. Let's come on around because I do want to show the garlic. This we've decided, onion and garlic. We've decided to let this go another couple weeks. This is going to be the either wheat or corn bed. I think corn. So in that case, I don't need to get it planted for another few weeks. So I can let this go. The tops are starting to turn brown a little bit, and so are the bases. That's good. That's what we want. This can go a little bit more though. I want them to bulb out bigger. So gonna get a good garlic and there's some onion here. But good harvest this year, I'm hoping. I went with a lot of soft neck garlic that's easy to store. So I can plant that next year and hopefully a bigger bed. Hopefully. And then also some hard neck here on the end so we can get those scapes and have all that. All right, we got more herbs over here. This is what's still in the greenhouse. And so redundancy, redundancy, redundancy. So you can see here I got some nice crookneck squash plant that I can just go ahead and replace that with, and Romas and things like that. So if the frost does kill off some of those that I've been putting outside, I can come in here and grab some of these. I actually have even another redundancy inside because I still have, I don't know, probably 30 plants inside. I went ahead, I built up my buddy's garden. My wife's going to be giving a bunch of these pepper plants away. If anyone here is local and needs plants, let me know, and we'll get those to you. But been going crazy with the sage and the cilantro and things. Been selling some of that, so we're letting it grow back. Here's my mullein that I've been trying so hard to grow. And the puppies, the supervisors. All right, let's head back over to these little chickens. There's other things going too. There's lemon balm supposedly popping up and some other things too. But a couple of the pepper plants I'm actually going to leave in here. Like this one is the habanero and one of our cayennes. I'm going to do one of each of the peppers and keep those in the greenhouse as well. Hey, look, there's the echinacea. It's still alive. That might go back inside. We'll see. I'm going to keep an ongoing, there's ginger water, ginger tea. I'm going to keep an ongoing metal rack inside of plants. All right, we're going to head over to these birds a little bit more. Wow, I can't read comments. Oh, there we go. No, did anyone know what that plant was? No clue. Or that bug? No clue. Which Romas do I grow? Maritino Roma. That's which ones these are. I don't know. Do you know anything about that? Italian Matters. Oh, I didn't see. I can't scroll the comments. Let's see. So, I see you guys are asking me some questions. Sorry, I can't read the comments really. I can see one at a time. On my phone, StreamYard, for whatever reason, is really funky. I'm sure it has a lot to do with me too, but let me try and scroll those a little bit. I do apologize. I'm going to do a regular stream from my computer soon here. I'm just filming you. I'm trying to read the comments. And I'm going to tell what that bug was. Oh, assassin bug? Nope. All right, let's go back over there real quick before I... So that bug is a pupa stage of one of the best friends in the garden. So that is the pupa stage of a ladybug. So they look creepy and people want to kill them, and they will attach themselves to lattice work and like metal mesh. You'll find them oftentimes, they're little cocoons. So they will pop out like this. This is actually a large larva, so it's probably getting ready to head up to like that wire, chicken wire, and it will cocoon in and it will come out as a ladybug. So when you and these are actually good at this stage too, because they devour aphids even more than the ladybugs do at the ladybug stage. So when they're small like this, they will go through and eat up aphids and bad bugs. So you can see an ant running around there. The ants farm the aphids. They actually keep them like cows. So when you see the ants all over, you probably have aphids. But that means those aphids hopefully won't be a problem. I've been finding lots of them. Ladybug larvae. That means that they survived the winter here. They didn't all fly away, and they decided to lay eggs in my garden. So awesome. Yeah, when I first saw them, I was like, these look creepy. What are they? They're all over my plants. Nope, good news. Here's one of our composts. This is garden scrap compost. These are the other two. We doing all right?
Yeah. So there was a couple instances where one of them was like coming over to the others, and they've like flocked. They stood up in front of all of the other one together, like, we're a flock and you're not going to bully us.
So they're doing good?
I think this might be a room. And
this is my suspicion too.
this one, look at it,
You think too?
look at her nose.
Yeah, but so did the other ones. Came up like that too. So you can look at the wings too, I guess. Let me see. From what I was doing, let's lock. Lock gates. Always shut gates. Ooh, my phone went screen went away again. There we go. Okay. I can't. I see. Oh, squash fine boars. I think they are melon bugs that look like assassin bugs. Oh, Tommy's saying he's getting a lot of those bugs. Yeah, all kinds of bugs. Okay, so let's look. You're supposed to be able to look at their wing, I guess. And if they're more even than their female. Nope.
Pick on my babies.
Alright, so I
This
don't.
is silky roos generally are larger, heavier than silky hens and have larger combs, wattles, and crests, and develop streamers, long thin feathers on their heads. And see how that
Yeah,
one?
kind of
Look at
like
look at
that. That might be. But we're hoping for
Who's hoping?
I'm hoping for a root.
Yeah. Cover your mic.
I'm hoping for one because I want to breed them.
I don't know, and to maybe the feathers on their feet, like that one just seems, I don't know, big, like.
So these all came from Christina Gidros. Thank you very much, by the way. Actually, the other two did too.
Says, I can't read that. Female.
Rounders.
feathers,
Oh,
male.
they're telling me about the tips.
The females have 3 rows of feathers, and males have 2.
Get your ducks out.
Render.
What kind of ducks do you have, Tommy? Do you have the Muscovies, or are you doing a different kind? I would like to do them, but probably not till we get more land.
The pointed wingtips are male, and round are female.
Oh,
Solo, no. See? He's bad.
He won't attack them, but he wants to play.
Yeah. Look at that. They're loving being out here in this dirt and just playing.
Yeah. And the compost being so close is actually good for them too, because
He's stuck. He doesn't know how to turn around.
okay. So it's actually good that they get some of that bio in the soil they're rolling around in and stuff a little bit too. So that's good for them. Silkies are fun. So these are my second favorite breed, and they're probably my first, and the Buff Orpingtons are my second.
Okay.
But
He said, Carolina kind, place your hand above the head
Okay.
Of the chicken. And the ones that stay calm are female, and those who jump are protective and male. Okay, so those are the calm ones. So now do it to Frosty. Oh, Frosty says no. Frosty's not having it. I think that that's a male, but I guess we'll see. He's gonna get you.
So this is actually the one that does attack me, and then with the Buff Orpingtons, there's the other one that seems to be protecting. What are you doing under there, Mrs.? Yeah, so that's our little urban homestead. How that's kind of what's been going on here. Well, we have a lot going on too. Life has been crazy and busy, but that's not all to talk about here. All right, let's see. Different types: black and blue suedes, buff, silver. I'll have to read back through all these comments later. You guys rock. They're fun. They're very sweet. Look at Solo. No. So what I'm going to do, I think, so that way they can be around each other, now that I know they'll get along just fine, is kind of what I like to do anyways. Well, yeah, I don't know how many flies I'll get, but I do like to open this door. Right now I can't, 'cause there's something on the other side, but that way they can go back and forth through here. I might get too many flies though. So I think I said before, but I have my celadon on the bottom, which I got all pure. And so we got all pure celadon. So I'm going to keep those, but all the rest of the quilt, I'm going to be switching out for the autumn amber. I really like the autumn amber. I like that there's, these guys look kind of rough. Geez, they need to be culled actually. But the autumn amber, I like a lot. They're pretty big. I like their color, their temperament, and their feather sexable. So Casey's in the hole there. I think I need to give these guys, I got a little bit of water. We'll come switch that out in a minute. Well, I do have chores and things I got to do before I got to go to work here. So I think I'm going to come over into the greenhouse. Oh, we'll just say goodbye from here, actually. Well, thank you very much there, Willie. It has, slowly but surely. We do with what we can. And I'd like to work a little bit more here if I have time on YouTube, doing some reuse videos and show some ways that you can recycle and reuse things that we have instead of just getting new things. So let me flip this around. Oops. Camera facing front. I'm back. Sorry. Thank you guys for sticking with me through all my issues there. Appreciate it very much. And thank you for joining me here with my little urban homestead tour this morning. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I'm going to go back and read everyone's comments after where I can, so I can see that. But yeah, like I think Willie said, make sure you guys leave a comment after or thumbs up. That does help as always. I do plan on doing another video or live stream this week. I would like to get back to my normal format a little bit, but as always, we'll see how that goes. So Matt poked us in the eye and zapped himself. Yeah, I did. You guys have a good day. Get out there, do the things, put thought into what you do a little bit, what you use and how you go about your daily routines, and think about things you need, and I don't know, I guess go at life with purpose. We'll see you next time, y'all. Have a good one. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah, and thank you, Tommy, there for that. That does help a lot. You guys have a good one.